Hi and welcome to the mobility workout. Today I will demonstrate 15 exercises and I'm asking you to follow along with me in real time. Before we start the workout, there's just a few household items you will need for props. One being a broomstick or a mop. Two, you will need 2 dining room chairs. And thirdly, if you've got a yoga block, that would be ideal. I'm using a foam roller. If you haven't got a foam roller or a yoga block, a good solid book would do instead. Now without further ado, let's begin the workout. Okay, exercise number 1 is the modified child pose, and for this one we will need your dining room chair. So the setup here then is to place the hands onto the chair as I'm demonstrating, hips pushed through in line with the shoulders and the shoulder blades set down, feet flat to the floor, and simply from here can you push the hips back, fully lengthening the arms and the spine. So think about pushing the chair forward away from you. As you find the finishing position, you'll feel a stretch through the shoulders and the upper back. And can you pull your belly button in, taking the arch out of the lower back. From here, can you return to the start position, looking forward at the chair. And then return back to the finishing position. Breathe out in this position here. And then breathe in as you return to the start position. If you're in time with me here, this should be your 3rd repetition. And this will be the 4th one. This is the 4th rep of 10. Keep pushing the chair away from you, keep fully lengthening the arms and the spine. Remember to pull that belly button in the finishing position. And 2 more repetitions to complete this first set. And 1 more time. And that completes the first exercise. Exercise number 2. Stay on your knees, place your hips into a posterior tilt. So tilt the pelvis toward the rib cage, squeezing your tummy muscles and squeezing your glutes. From here, bring your arms out to the side with the elbows pointing down at the floor. And from here, can you move directly to your side and reach the arm up and across until you feel the stretch through the side of the torso. Realign back to your start position and repeat to the opposite side. Breathe in the start position here and breathe out as you feel the stretch. Make sure you do not twist or rotate. You want to move directly to the side. Focus on reaching that arm across until you feel the stretch through the side of the torso. 3 more repetitions for this one. And those last 2. And that's set. For the 3rd exercise here, we're going to pop up onto the feet and we're going to perform a hip hinge with an arm raise. So can you interlink the fingers behind the head here? This is the start position. Again, your hips into the posterior tilt, squeezing your tummy muscles and your glutes. With a soft bend at the knee, can you drive your hips back until you feel a slight stretch through the back of the legs? And from here, can you reach the arms forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together, return the hands back behind the head, and return to the start position. We'll move straight into the 2nd rep here. Breathe out as you extend the arms. Breathe in, and then breathe out as you hit the start position. So there's 2 breaths for this one here. So breathe in, breathe out as you extend the arms. Breathe in as you transition back to the start position where you breathe out again. Squeezing your bum as you breathe out. Fully extend those arms, squeeze in the shoulder blades, and return back to start position. We're halfway through the reps here. We've done 5 of 10. Two more repetitions. One more time. And that completes the third exercise. Can you now locate your stick for exercise number 4 and pop back down onto your knees. With the stick behind you, and the palms facing forward as I'm demonstrating here, can you pull your shoulder blades down toward the floor? So think of your knuckles reaching down toward the floor. Again, your hips will be in a posterior tilt like the previous 2 movements. Chin up, looking forward at the wall in front. And from here, can you keep your body still and move your arms back behind you until you feel a stretch through the front of the arms and the shoulders. When you feel that stretch, can you hover and hold the stick by squeezing the shoulder blades and squeezing the back of the arms before returning to the start position. I'd like you to breathe in as the stick moves back behind you, so you're creating tension through the whole body to move the stick, and then breathe out as the stick returns to the start position. So breathe in, squeeze the triceps, squeeze the shoulder blades, hover and hold the stick, and then breathe out as it returns to the start position. Keeping the head up, looking forward, keeping those hips nice and still. Make sure you're engaging your core. This is rep number 5 of 10. That completes the 6th rep. Three more, you'll really start to feel your triceps activating now. The triceps work really hard through this position here. And just one more repetition. And stick to one side. Now we're to exercise number 5, and this is a one-arm reach into handcuffs. So can you place the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips as I'm demonstrating? Ensure you're in a neutral spine here. And we'll start with the right arm. So can you raise the right arm up like I am with the thumb up, with the arm straight alongside the ear. Keeping the hips still. Can you bring the right arm behind you onto your lower back and simulate a handcuff position here with the right arm. Simply return your right arm back to the start position and hold. Make sure the thumb is up. And the right arm comes back into that handcuff position. This is the 3rd rep of 10. I would like you to breathe in as you move the arm, breathe out when it's behind your back. And again, breathe in as you move the arm and breathe out when it's alongside your ear. So breathe it in and breathe out, and then breathe it in and breathe out. Keep the hips and shoulders nice and still, so you want those shoulders square to the floor throughout the movement, and nice and strong in your left arm. You want your left hand directly underneath your shoulder throughout the set. We should have 2 reps remaining now. And one more time. and bring the right arm to the floor. I'm just going to move so you can see a different angle here for the left arm. So you make sure your wrists and shoulders, so your wrists are under the shoulders, sorry, and make sure your knees are under the hips. Now raise that left arm up like I am with the thumb up into the handcuff position and back to your start position. Breathe in as you move the arm and breathe out when it's on the lower back. Breathe in when you move the arm and breathe out when it's alongside your ear. Stay nice and focused on this one. Stay strong through the right arm. Keep the shoulders square to the floor throughout the set. Engage your core to maintain your neutral spine. Work good ranges with your left arm. So when it's alongside your ear, arm as straight as possible. And when it goes behind your back, bring it right in toward that mid-back. So you challenge your range of motion. 2 more repetitions remaining. And 1 more time. Finish here behind your back. Return back alongside the head here and bring the left arm back to the ground. Well done guys, that completes the 5th movement. Exercise number 6 now is a frog stretch. So can you place your hands to the floor like I am here and take the knees nice and wide. I'm just going to turn so you can see where my feet are behind my body. Okay, so this is my frog stretch here. And I'm going to just turn back to the side. Before I even start here, I'm just starting to feel a light stretch through my inner thigh. I would now like you to put your hips into an anterior tilt, like I'm demonstrating now. So my hips are now in an anterior tilt. And for the first 10 reps, I would like you to rock forward, like I am here. And then push the hips back until you feel the stretch through the inner thigh. Breathe in as you rock forward, and breathe out as you find the stretch. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, hips into that anterior tilt, finding the stretch through the inner thigh. That's rep 6 of 10, so another 4 repetitions. And one more time. From here, can you stay in the stretch, okay? Adjust the arms so the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. And from here, can you push your left arm into the floor and rotate your right elbow toward the ceiling as I'm demonstrating here. Can you now return back to the start position, and can you rotate, look into your left now, push your right arm into the floor. Breathe in when the hands are on the floor and breathe out as you rotate. We're going to perform an additional 10 repetitions here. So exercise number 6 is split into 2 parts. You have the frog stretch, which we've already done, and now you have a frog stretch with rotation. Keep breathing out as you rotate. For the last 4 reps, I'm going to progress my rotation to extend the arms. This is completely optional. If you feel a bit tight through the shoulders and through the rotation, then do not extend the arm. But if you feel good, continue. We've just got 2 more reps here. And one more time. And set, guys. If you could slowly bring your knees in. And we will now prepare exercise number 7, which is a downward dog position. And we're going to do some rocking. It's a little bit of a progression, mobilising the lower body, especially the foot and the ankle. So from here, can you push your palms firmly into the ground? Drive your hips up to the ceiling, hips into an anterior tilt like we've done in the previous movement. And think about extending your spine here, okay? So flatten the spine, pushing your chest toward the feet. Look back at your feet as well, and simply from here, I'd just like you to rock forward onto the balls of the feet, and then rock back, pushing the heels as close to the floor as you can until you feel the stretch through the back of the legs. And continue. Breathe out as you push the heels down, and breathe in when you come up onto the balls of the feet. Keep the hips in that anterior tilt. Keep driving your arms really hard into the floor. And try and cover your ears with your shoulders as well. So the shoulders are moving towards your ears. The feet are parallel as well, so you can keep an eye on that because you should be watching your feet throughout the set. Keep trying to flatten the spine every time you push your heels toward the floor. We're going to do another 5 reps now, 5 more repetitions. Two more. And from there, can you bring the knees back to the ground? And now we're ready for exercise number 8. And here you will need your yoga block or your book. Like I said at the start, I'm using a foam roller. And can you place your right leg forward? Number 8 is the runner's lunge, by the way, this one's called. And I would like you to place your left hand onto your yoga block or roller or book. And the left palm is directly underneath the left shoulder, okay? From here, the right knee is directly over right foot here, okay? And the left leg is fully extended. You should feel a stretch through the front of the left hip. That's your hip flexor lengthening. Keep your hips as still as possible, and can you rotate your torso? Look into your right as I'm demonstrating here, and simply realign your shoulders back to the ground. Breathe in the start position, and then breathe out as you rotate into the finishing position. Then breathe in, and then breathe out. This is rep 5. At rep 5 here, just going to ask you to pause. If you feel comfortable here, you can get rid of your yoga block or roller or book, okay? And place your palm flat to the ground. If you feel a little bit unsteady, then keep the yoga block, roller or book in place. We're going to continue for another 5 reps now. Keep the left leg fully extended, keep it nice and long. Keep loading your right leg forward like I am. Keep that right knee over centre of foot. 2 more rotations. And 1 more. Stay nice and strong on your left arm. Push that left arm firmly into the ground. And that's set, guys. And bring the left knee back to the floor. We're now going to swap to the opposite side. So left knee over centre of left foot. Again, you can use your block, roller or book with the right palm under right shoulder. Fully extend the right leg, and I'd like you to match my position. Keep your hips square to the floor and rotate your torso, looking to your left, breathing out. And then square your shoulders back to the ground, breathing in. Go again for the second rep. Here's rep number 5 now. Keep that right leg as straight as possible. Again, if you wanted to ditch your roller, block or book, you can do, and place the palm to the floor. If you feel off balance or unsteady, keep your hand on the roller, block or book. Continue to rotate. Stay strong through that right arm. Push your right palm into the floor. And 2 more repetitions remain. And 1 more time. And slowly return your right knee to the floor. And back onto the knees. From here, can you now bring the right leg forward so you're into a half kneel-in hip flexor stretch. So this is exercise number 9. Here you should have the tailbone tucked between the legs underneath your spine with your hips into a posterior tilt. Look at the angle of my right leg here, right knee over centre of right foot. And just hold here for a few seconds. I want you to feel that stretch through the front of your left hip. As you hold that stretch, I'm just going to turn to face the camera because our progression here will be to interlink the fingers and reach for the ceiling like I am here with my arms right next to my ears. Keeping the stretch on your left hip flexor at all times. Can you side bend? So you feel the stretch coming through the left side of your torso before realigning back to the start position and repeat. Breathe out as you feel the stretch through the side of the torso and breathe in when you return to this start position. Stay nice and strong on your right leg. So breathe it in and then breathe out. Keep tucking that tailbone between the legs. Keep the stretch on your hip flexor. Keep those arms fully extended. And we have 3 more repetitions for this side here. 2 more. Keep the head up, keep looking forward as well. 1 more time. And bring the arms down. Can you prepare the opposite side now? So we have a left foot forward. And again, we want the left knee over centre of left foot. Hips into posterior tilt. And find the stretch here through the front of your right hip flexor. As you find that stretch, interlink the fingers, reach for the ceiling. Arms are fully extended either side of the ears. And from here, can you breathe in? Find that stretch on the right side of the torso. And return to start position, breathing out. Then breathe it in. And then breathe out. Stay nice and strong on your left leg. The left leg works hard here to help maintain your balance. Keep those arms nice and long so you maximize the stretch through the side of your torso. And 4 more reps remain here. Those last 3. And 2 more. 1 more time. And then bring the arms down. And again, both knees to the floor. Exercise number 10 is a get set position with rotation. So we're going to bring right leg forward again here. And the start position will be to have both hands on the floor, either side of the right foot. From here, can you drive the hips up toward the ceiling like I am? You're straightening both legs as much as you can until you feel the stretch here through the back of your right hamstring. From this position, can you rotate your right arm like I am here? Slowly return the right arm back to the floor and repeat. Keeping the stretch on the right hamstring throughout your range. Breathe out as you rotate. Breathe in as you lower down. That's 4 down, here's the 5th one. 5th rep. At this point here, I've been on my fingertips on my left hand so far. I feel a little bit looser and I'm going to place my left palm flat to the ground. You can try that if you feel off balance or a bit unsteady, or you can't keep the stretch, then regress back to the fingertips. Continue. So you could have your palm down now as a progression. Three more repetitions. Keep driving those hips up toward the ceiling. And one more time. Return the left knee to the floor and prepare the left leg to move forward. Again, can you place your hands either side of the left leg? Drive the hips up to the ceiling, fully extend both legs as much as you can until you feel the stretch here through the left hamstring. From this position, can you now rotate, looking to the left, keeping the lower body as still as you can, and return back to the start position. Breathe in the start position, and breathe out as you rotate. That's rep 3 complete. Here's the 4th one. Keep those hips pushed up toward the ceiling. Rotate round as much as you can. Again, at 5th rep, I'm feeling a bit loose, so I'm going to place my palm flat to the ground. That's optional. You can stay on the fingertips or drop to the palm like I am. And 3 more repetitions here. And those last 2. And 1 more rotation. And bring the right knee back to the floor. And now we're ready for exercise number 11, which is called a hip sway. So if you could stand up onto your feet for this one, and place the legs over shoulder width apart with the feet parallel like mine, okay? From here, can you simply drive your hips back, bend your left knee here with your left knee over centre of left foot, and push the arms forward. Can you return back to your start position? Here, can you bring the hips underneath the shoulders, and now drive the hips back, right knee over centre of right foot, pressing the arms forward, and return back to that start position. Breathe in here, and breathe out as you push the arms forward. Now breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. You are driving those hips back. I want you to try and find the stretch through the inner thighs. Good load on the leg as well, so the legs are working hard. This is rep number 8 of 10. And those last 2 coming up now. And 1 more time for number 10. And can you slowly bring the feet in? Okay, so this is where we need both of your chairs now for exercise number 12. So if you could place one chair here, as I am, grab your other chair, and to start with, you want the chair facing the same way as mine, okay? From here, I would like you to sit onto the edge of the chair and have your knee here at a right angle, so the knee is over centre of foot, and you're slightly opening the knees, okay? From here, could you place your arms up overhead? Can you drive your hips back into an anterior tilt, and using the other chair in front of you, can you place your arms onto the chair as I'm demonstrating here? Look where my head is, guys, okay? So you want the head either side of the arms, and you're flattening the back here. This movement's called a pancake, so we're trying to pancake the spine, okay? Flatten the spine. Can you return back to your start position, and then go for the next rep? Breathe in as you're upright here, and breathe out as your arms find the chair in front. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Keep pushing your hips back, lengthening the spine. Drive your hips back. And momentarily, could you bring your arms down? Okay, so that's 5 reps complete there. The progression, okay, is to straighten the legs now. So if you can extend the legs like I am here, squeeze your thighs and your hip flexors, bring those arms back up, and could you perform another 5 repetitions now of the same exercise? Again, breathe in, and then breathe out. Keep driving your hips back into that anterior tilt. So look at my hips. I want to be driving those hips back. Flattening the spine in the finishing position. And one more rep here. This will give us 10 reps now. And momentarily bring the arms down. If that was a challenge for you, you're going to keep the chair here. For progression, you could now turn your chair around, okay? And see if you can perform the same exercise. Again, this could be too much of a jump. We could stack some books up here to make it a little bit higher. You won't know until you try your first rep, okay? So arms back up overhead. Take the breath in. You're going to have to really drive your hips back now. Really push the hips back. Squeeze your thighs and your hip flexors. And into the finishing position. I've got my arms onto the chair now. I'm going to return back to my start position with the breath out and go for the next rep. Drive your hips back, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your hip flexors, lengthen those arms, keep those arms long. That's 2 of 5, so another 3 reps. And those last 2 coming up now. And one more time. And that's set, guys. Brilliant. That's one hell of a stretch, that one. That's really good. What I like to do now is just place your chairs just to one side, out the way. And we get an exercise number 13. It's called the hurdler's switches. So for this one, can you have your left leg forward, like I am here, and your legs are in a 90-degree position. So can you check the back leg and the front leg? You want to form this 90-degree position. Square the shoulders up to the wall in front of you. Palms flat to the ground. And think of the previous exercise we just done. Drive your hips back and keep your spine flat like I'm demonstrating here. Drive your knees hard into the floor, and from here, can you transition to the other side? So both hands go behind your back, you pivot via the heels, and you're now facing the other way. Check that the legs are at 90 degrees. Again, have your chest over the top of the front thigh. You may feel a stretch through the glute here, that's really good if you feel that. And now, transition back the other way. Breathe out in this position here, and then breathe in as you transition. To then breathe out, to then breathe in again. And continue. Just 2 more repetitions. And one more time. And slowly come out of position there. Exercise number 14. Some of you may now need to use your foam roller or yoga block or book again, okay? And if you're going to use it, you need to sit on top of it, okay? So if you sit up on top of your block and your legs are wide into a straddle position. Now the distance between my knees are roughly the length of my forearms, okay? If you're a little bit more flexible, you can go wider. Point your toes forward and think of the previous two exercises. We are encouraging our hips into this anterior tilt again. Look how I'm sat here, okay? So my back is in a neutral position and my hips are in the anterior tilt. From here, can you reach for your left foot with your left hand? Rotate, look into your right like I am. Bring your right arm up alongside your ear and stretch and reach both arms over toward that left foot. Glue your bum cheeks to the floor or to your book or roller. And now simply transition to the other side. So it's the right hand coming across first toward that right foot. Rotate, look into your left and reach that left arm over. Think of your left armpit facing the ceiling now, okay? So rotate your torso as much as you can. Again, switch back. Breathing out as you feel the stretch here, so breathe out. Breathe in as you transition. So breathe out again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Keep the kneecaps facing the ceiling at all times. So always have those kneecaps facing the ceiling. Squeeze the thighs. Keep the bum cheeks glued to the floor. And then could you just take a pause here? For those of you who feel comfortable there, you could now come off your block, okay, or your roller. Place it to one side. And let's just try a few more reps now from the floor. Be a little bit more challenging, but again, look at my setup here. Hips anterior tilt, keep your back flat. And let's go to the right foot first, okay? And stretch and reach over, breathing out. And then try the other side. We'll do 2 more reps here. Well, we actually started on the left side, so it's 2 more reps now. So we do 1 more. Good stretch on this last one now. Drive that arm over. And that completes exercise 14. We are down to the final exercise now, which is called book openers. So here, can you lie on your right side with your knees on top of each other? And your right arm is out in front like mine, and you want your left palm on top of your right palm. My shoulders are ever so slightly forward of my hips in this position. From here, can you keep your knees pinned to the floor? Rotate your spine so the shoulder blades come down to the ground. Rest the head to the floor, looking up at the ceiling. Take a breath out, and now take a breath in as you return the palm to the start position. And go for the next rep. Again, breathe in to breathe out as you rotate. As you rotate, reach the arms to each side of your room. So really lengthen your arms. Remember to rotate your head. So you rotate the head as you rotate the spine, following the left arm. So keep your eye on your left arm as you perform this movement. We've completed 6 of 10, so another 4 reps here. Keep those knees in contact with the ground. And those last 2, rep 9 and 10 coming up. 1 more time. And that's halfway through this last exercise. If you could spin over, lie onto your left side now. Right palm on top of left. Remember the shoulders are slightly forward of the hips with the knees in contact with the ground. And here we go, everyone. So we rotate, Rotate the head, following the right arm throughout the movement. Should be breathing out as you rotate. And breathing in as you return to the start position. As you rotate, stretch the arms out. Each side of your room, make your arms as long as possible. When you come to your finishing position, try and rest the head and the shoulder blades to the ground. That's 5 of 10, so another 5 repetitions. And those last 3 coming up now. Two more rotations, keep lengthening the arms. One more time. And when you're ready, and slowly come out of position. And well done everybody. That completes our 15 exercise mobility flow. And I'll see you again next time. See you. Goodbye.